So I moved to Istanbul. This has been a year in the planning. I'm really excited to share with you what I've been doing, what's going on, and stay till the end so you can hear what I'm doing next. I'm in Istanbul. How did I get here? Okay, I haven't had time to do videos, right? One of my last videos, I said that I had a big surprise. Well, this was the surprise. I came to Istanbul to study Arabic, right? So I've been trying to teach myself Arabic for on and off for 10 years. I've done classes, I've done online classes, in-person classes, books, programs, and I learn a little, but I usually forget most of it, and nothing really sticks. And I've never really done conversational Arabic at all, so I felt like it was time for me to, if I really wanted to learn Arabic, I knew I was going to have to go somewhere and completely focus on that. So I've been getting prepared for this for almost a year now, right? Okay, back to the view. So I've been getting prepared for this for almost a year now. And I was looking last year, and that was COVID time, so I was limited in the places that I could go. Like, I found a nice program in Jordan that I was interested in going to, and unfortunately Jordan wasn't open for people to visit at the time, and I couldn't be sure that by the next year they would be open. So uncertainty is the name of the game in COVID times. So Turkey was open. I found a nice program in Turkey, and I was really, really excited about the program, actually. So I've been making my plans to come here, and I'm here. Why did I come to Istanbul, right? Why do an Arabic program in Istanbul? Because the program is just wonderful. It's a really great program. I read some people's blogs and some reviews. I want to come back a year later and be speaking Arabic fluently. That's my goal, right? If it will happen, we don't know. But at least I'm choosing a program where I feel like that's a strong possibility. And no, my teachers are not Turkish. They are Arab native speakers. The director is from Jordan. My teachers, let's see, one is from Syria, right? And the other one, I think he also is from Syria. Oh my gosh, my teacher is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Should I talk about my program now or what? Okay, wait, first let me say, okay, yes, I left my farm, okay? I left my farm. I left my grown adult children. Many people had issues with that. They were like, how can you leave your boys? I'm like, they're not boys. They are grown adult men who need to live without their mother, okay? And more importantly, their mother needs to live without them. Yes, I need a break, okay? Yes, even from adult children, you can need a break. I really needed a break. And getting here, once I got here, oh my gosh, I got here maybe 2 weeks before my classes started, and I thought that would be enough time, but no, I was still jet lagged. It took me 3 weeks before I was calm and my body was, used to being 7 hours ahead of American time. So yeah, it took me some time to adjust, and I was also just exhaling, getting ready, because if you're going to be away for a year, that's a lot of to-dos that you have to take care of, and certainly I didn't get everything done. I even actually postponed my trip a week, trying to get everything done, and I still couldn't get everything done, especially with the farm. There's always lots to do. I tried to get the farm in the best situation so that the weeds would not kill everything, and yet the pictures 4 weeks in that my friend sent me, terrifying. Those weeds, because it rained in Maryland as soon as I left, and so the weeds were happy, and the heat and water means weeds. So yeah, the weeds are winning so far, but I have 2 very good friends who are helping and trying to fight the weeds off for me. Thank you so much, Amina and Kat. Love you both. Let's see, what else? I mean, yeah, okay, so just trying to get ready exhausted me. I really just worked myself to the bone and didn't sleep at all, really, for the last 2 days that I was there. I just didn't even sleep. I just stayed up all night trying to pack up my house, pack up my stuff, you know, because if you're leaving your house with adult sons for a year, you better pack stuff up that you want to keep and make sure that it's still there and intact when you come back. So yeah, I had a lot of stuff to pack away and, you know, take to a good friend's house to make sure it will be okay and there when I got back. Yeah, so yeah, I was just, when I got here, I really was exhausted and tired. And so I think I'm still exhaling that. I made this video when I first got here, when I was coming to my apartment from the airport. I was so exhausted. Look how drained I looked. That's it. I'm here. I'm really tired. I haven't slept in almost 2 days. Just off and on pieces of sleep. I'll talk after I sleep. When school started, it was all go, go, go. It was 4 weeks intensive, and Monday through Friday, and the time was 9 to 2:30, and that doesn't sound like it's so long, but it was really it's a lot of information coming in, and so your brain just needs a lot of rest after all that, you know. They were very good about giving us breaks, so like 50 minutes of instruction, 10-minute break, 50 minutes of instruction, 10-minute break, you know. They're very good about that. And they gave us a 30-minute lunch initially, and when we told them that we needed longer, they were open to that and ended up giving us a nice 50-minute lunch break, because it takes like almost 7-8 minutes just to walk to this cafeteria. So we were like, you know, scarfing down our food. But we noticed that the directors and the teachers, they don't need that time. They're back. They're like, they eat 15 minutes and then they're back in class and in their offices. The male teachers, I'll say the male teachers do that. But yeah, it's a great program, and I had wonderful classmates. I met so many nice friends. There was like a little family, you know. Really beautiful sisters there, and the guys were helpful too. I was so blessed because I'm the only English-speaking person in the class. Everyone else is Turkish, of course, right? In the other class, they actually had maybe 8 students that came from France for this program. They all attend an Arabic weekend school, and they've been going there for years, and so they did this trip together to come here for Arabic, and they were very advanced. They weren't in my level. They were in level 2, level 4, level 5. I was in level 1, okay, just beginning. I didn't struggle, but I mean, I had to stay on my toes. No daydreaming. No daydreaming in this class. I had to stay on my toes, and it was like just at the pace that was good for me, because it was going to keep me totally engaged, definitely working hard and at my best, right? No comfort zone whatsoever, completely outside of the comfort zone. But definitely for someone who has never had Arabic before, oh my gosh, no way. I do not recommend this program for them, because you're going to be surrounded by people who already know a lot of this stuff, who are reviewing. And for me, I'd say about 45% of it was review. But it was review that, you know, I was not strong in, like probably like the college students in my class, but no conversation. I have no conversation, had no conversational skills. I do now. It was a great program, right? However, if I was in charge of the program, I would have 1 day on, 1 day off. Like 1 day to focus in and do the work and the lessons that we did. Thank you. Shay! Sugar? Yes. No, one tea. Sugar? One more.
Sugar.
Thank you. See my little sugar cubes and my shay. Ah, yay. Okay. So where was I? What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I don't remember. Okay, all right, back to it. So, okay, if I was doing this program, that's what it is. I would have one day where we're doing our lessons, but one day that people can stay home and really process everything we learned the day before. Because, you know, at some point we were doing one chapter a day at the end, you know, and it's just so much information, and it's great. And they're teaching it to you in a way that you really can get it, you know. Like I said, though, if you have some prior knowledge of Arabic, I would not suggest this for someone who is brand new to Arabic and only knows how to read Arabic letters. No, I wouldn't suggest that. They say you can, but don't do that to yourself. What else? Yeah, I would do one day on, one day off, one day on, one day off, even through the weekend, you know what I mean? I would do one day on, one day off, because I would do so much better if I had time to process. But you're learning a lot during the day, and then at the end of the day, you go home, you have tons of homework. Oh my God, you have so much homework. And for me, I didn't stay at the dorm. That was a fiasco. I was supposed to stay at the dorm. Fiasco. So I didn't stay at the dorm. So where I ended up staying, because I had to find someplace last minute, a week before I'm coming, pretty much. I had to find a place, and luckily I found a place, wonderful roommate, but it's an hour away from my school. So it's an hour bus ride, uncomfortable bus ride. These buses are so crowded. Oh my gosh, so crowded. So yeah, it's an hour bus ride each way, so that's 2 hours of my day on the bus, right? So that's 2 hours I can't study. So I have to eat, you know, study, and you know, the day goes so quickly, you know, and by the time I get home, I just don't have, and I'm exhausted and tired. Plus I'm teaching some yoga classes in the evenings sometimes, so yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. The weekends I expected to be going around Istanbul and seeing all the sights and things like that. Zero possibility of that. Now wait a minute, yeah, he did give me a spoon, okay. So yeah, no possibility of going to sites on the weekends because I was just studying. And I mean, it worked out. It was good that I did that because, you know, I came in with a really good score, one of the best students in the class, right? But, yeah, one of the best students in the class, so that was nice, right? But at the same time, you know, I feel like I could have done better and learned more if I had more time to digest the information. So now this is my digestion time. It's also my look around Turkey time, and I'm excited because I've just finished my itinerary for traveling around Turkey for the next month. I'm taking a month to travel around Turkey, so I'm so excited about that. So I'm going to visit Eskişehir. I think that's how you say it, Eskişehir. Bodrum. No, not Bodrum, Bursa. Konya, right? And also Antalya. Oh, and Cappadocia. I'm going there too. Cappadocia. So I'm going to these places, right? So I'm really excited about all of those places. I may be able to throw in a couple day trips to some other places I wanted to go. There's still 2 or 3 places I wanted to go that I couldn't fit into the itinerary, mostly because these trains fill up really quickly. This is something no one said, you know, so I didn't know that. With the trains are cheap, but they fill up very quickly, so you have to get these things well in advance. And my school doesn't believe in doing anything in advance. I couldn't make plans for my break because they weren't sure if they were going to start lesson 2 right after lesson 1 ended, so I wanted that possibility to start lesson 2 right away, because that is ultimately why I'm here, not just to travel and enjoy Turkey, you know. So but they didn't have enough students to do it that were ready to start level 2. So level 2 starts next month. I'll come back next month, inshallah, and I will start my level 2 classes. But yeah, I'm excited to start traveling around. Today I'm in Moda. This is an area of Istanbul I've never been in before. Really, I haven't been to most of Istanbul. All the interesting places I don't get to see. I was going straight to class, back home, straight to class, back home. And I live in Senjak, which is a part of Istanbul, but really, it might as well not be a part of Istanbul. Istanbul is like a state. Don't think of it as a city. Like, it is huge. It's huge, 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 you know? I don't know what to say. It's like, I don't know how they call this place one city. And really, someone told me this part is not really considered part of Istanbul proper, you know? I'm on the Asian side, and Moda also is on the Asian side of Istanbul. So, on the Asian continent side, I should say. Yeah, but it's an hour away from my school, and it's a long ride. The buses are just about always crowded, and the traffic here is horrible. It's horrendous. It's always traffic time. I mean, I've lived in New York City, and I mean, I've seen some New York City traffic. Actually, the driving here is worse than New York City, because these cars will drive right up on the sidewalk. They don't care. The motorcycles, they'll drive up on the sidewalk. You know, it's just, they don't care. They have these like concrete pillars on the edge of the sidewalk so that the cars don't literally come and drive up on the sidewalk, because they will. They absolutely will. Yeah, so it's real up in here. You got to be careful about transportation and walking on the sidewalk. You know, one thing I do appreciate about America is that America is pedestrian focused. So even in the areas of a country, even in the cities and areas of the country where there aren't sidewalks for pedestrians to walk, everything about our driving rules is favoring pedestrians. But here, everything favors the driver. And definitely very little consideration for pedestrians here. You know, I can see that, and it's just a little thing I'm noticing about walking and trying to cross streets and such like that. You know. Let me see, what else can I tell you? Can I tell you about the program itself, right? Or maybe my roommate. Okay, I have a wonderful roommate, right? She's from Algeria. And she's younger, you know, she's recently out of college, and she's an IT girl, so she's really wonderful, and she's looking for an online IT position, so contact me if you have a lead for her. Yeah, she wants to change jobs. Let me see, what else? Yeah, so wonderful people I've met so far. I've had great experiences with my school, with my program. I've learned so much, really. It was a great program, and I'm going to post a video that talks about my evaluation, because that was extremely in-depth. I did not expect that. I mean, I knew it was going to be lots of things, and that's why I chose it. It wasn't just a simple, take a test, you pass, that's it. You know, I didn't want that. And it's definitely not. It's, you gotta really focus in, and you have to know what you're doing to pass, you know. And, you know, honestly, not everyone passed in my class, and I understand why. And I even told myself if I failed, I was going to be okay with that, because really I could have completed level 1 again and still felt like, you know, I had a lot to learn still. So now I'm reviewing my information and just taking my time to digest all the stuff that I learned. Yeah, and looking forward to level 2. I'm hoping I can really get level 1 tight and understood before level 2. I did very well with level 1, but like I said, a lot of that was review. I don't think that's going to be the case with level 2. Level 2, I think, is going to kick my butt. I think level 2 is gonna, I think it's gonna be a whole another situation. Also, in my class, I had 2 students that were really good English speakers. You know, I was the only English person in the class. Everyone else spoke Turkish. And this is one thing I will say about my school. Almost all direction and instruction is in Turkish. When I contacted the school and I told them I don't speak anything but English, and like, can I take your course and be okay? They said yes, everything is in all the instruction is in Arabic, and that is true for the teachers. But from the school themselves, like when they're giving you information about things that are happening, you know, what's expected of you, even test instructions, you know, on the test day, all of it is in Turkish. And so that is really irritating. That's really difficult because they know I'm here. I know I exist. When the French students were there, because they only stayed for the first 3 weeks, they would make sure that they sent French instruction and English instruction, I think, because they knew I was there. They're thinking about me. But once those French students left, they kind of forgot that Bahia existed. And you know, it's not like I'm a quiet little mouse, okay? So I do say, hi, can I get English instructions? But you know, it gets tiring to have to say that over and over again. And at this point, it's kind of just a little insulting because, you know, as a non-Turkish person and the only non-Turkish person in the program at this point, I have to pay more than all the Turkish citizens for my classes, right? So there's special pricing for us foreigners, okay? Special, you know, 4 times the price kind of pricing for us foreigners. And you know, so we're paying more, but we're actually getting less than the other students because we don't get to fully understand. Like, after the test was over, the director, he spoke to the students, asking them, answering questions and such, and you know, he did about 20 minutes of explanation, question, answers, and of that 20 minutes, he said about 3 sentences translation to me. And it's like, okay, so they're getting a lot more detail about the tests, how things are going to work, the grading, and I'm just getting like a little piece, you know what I mean? So that's a little frustrating. And if you're not an excellent student, then you're going to be lost, and that's going to really affect your grades. And I still was able to come out as, you know, one of the top students in the class, so obviously it wasn't a big deal for level 1, but I think level 2, it's going to be an issue for me. And like, because this isn't going to be a whole bunch of review for me. This is going to be a lot more new information. And also, who knows if I'm going to have 2 wonderful English speakers in the class that will help me along. You know what I mean? I was really blessed to have that this time. Both of them had spent time in America and, you know, really knew English well. And actually, three students spoke English pretty well. Outside of that, I don't know if that's going to be the case, you know what I mean? So we'll see. Yes, I know, you're supposed to hold it this way. Turkey loves their tea. I went to a restaurant yesterday and I asked for tea and they said they didn't have any, and I just looked at him and I was like, it was like, you can't not have tea. This is Turkey. What are you doing? What? Like, they could kick you out. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to level 2. Everyone, you know, everyone is praying for me. I love all of you. Thank you for praying for me. I think that that's why I did so very well on level 1. Keep praying for me. I need help for level 2, okay, when I start. But I'm going to send videos about my travels now in Turkey, and so, you know, yeah. All right, there's my rant. That's it. That's it. And ask questions, I'll answer them.